Welcome back to the Salem Vibe Studios, where Boston has entered the chat. Travis Thomas, George Balekji, and you, our co-host. We appreciate you always. We always say call us 617-790-0928. Tweet at us using the hashtag NESNChat, or email us, thechat@nesn.com. A lot of venting going around with the Raffy Devers situation out in the Bay, but also mixed emotions for Brad Marchand, who wins another Stanley Cup. This one, not with our beloved Bruins, but with the hated rats, the Florida Panthers. I don't like it, man. I know. I am happy for Brad. I'm disgusted in you that you shed a tear for this. Like, I felt enraged that, happy for him, but enraged that it was with the Panthers. And then it was insult to injury, in my opinion, to see Sam Bennett win the Conn Smythe. Not that he didn't ball out, but he balled out because Brad is there.
And Sam Bennett was an incredible player before Brad Marchand
but I'll never forgive Sam Bennett.
Aaron Ackblad, Gustav Forsling.
They have a great team. They have a dynasty. Let's call it what it is.
Yes.
They have a dynasty.
They've won back-to-back.
Yes.
They've won back-to-back.
They have a dynasty, but I still, and I bet on the Oilers, and maybe it's some of it always goes back to gambling for me, doesn't it? I bet on the Oilers, and maybe I'm a little salty.
Yeah.
But, like, I still don't think they win that damn cup without Brad. And I, for the life of me, will never, I'm sorry, never understand why the Bruins did not send this man out west some damn where. Send him to the Kings or the Kraken or, I mean, there were other teams. Hell, you could have sent him to the Oilers. There were other teams competing that you could have got back what you got.
I think that
Why the Panthers?
I think that's a level of keep him on the East Coast. Yes, you don't want to trade him, and you know you want to make it work. But when you hit that reset at the trade deadline, you want to do right by the captain and the guy that's get everything to the franchise.
He had publicly said he wanted to stay on the East Coast.
Yeah, and the family's a big part of him. You saw his kids, his wife on the ice with him right after the Cup wins. I saw the tribute video of his kids leaving him a voicemail before the Game 6. And that's what got me emotional because of, and what I get, I understand it. But there are two ways, and there are two different types of fans. There's multiple types. And I'm not saying anyone is right or wrong with any avenue.
Sure.
The fan that I am, there's rooting for the team, and there's a connection to the individual player.
Sure.
The individuals is what makes me love sports. Their storylines, who they are as a human being, their commitment to the team and the city. That's what makes me love sports.
Okay.
And Brad Marchand, from going from 22 years old, scoring 11 goals in that playoff run to a Stanley Cup championship, the first in 39 years for the Bruins. What he did then and what he did after that point. To go on and be one of the best right wingers to play the game. One of the best ever. And one of the best to put on the spoke to be. For him to do all that, commit himself on the ice, play hard, play through injuries, be the rat that Boston rallied around. And for every fan, what Brad Marchand was as a player, if you had your dream fulfilled to suit up for your team and play for them, you would want to play like him. 100 miles per hour, do everything it takes to win, whatever you have to do to overcome your shortcomings, for him being a short king, right?
Yeah.
That's what he did. So when I see him win the cup, I'm happy for him.
It's like the emotions.
And that's allowed. Right, and I get it. The people that say, no, I don't care, I'm not going to root for the Panthers, that's fine. You're not wrong. But for the people that do shed a tear, that get emotional for Brad Marchand, are happy for him to win another Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I am happy
good for him, good for them.
That's
where I come from in all this.
I get it. I'm happy for him, man. I think it's just, you know what it is? It's the inevitable. It's when he got traded there, we all knew, and we're talking all of us here together. We all knew they were going to win the damn cup. They already had a shot to repeat anyways.
Yeah.
When they acquired Brad Marchand, you knew damn well, oh, well, give him the cup now. You could have given him the cup at the deadline. What difference does it make? So I think that was some of it for me, George, of the hate in my heart that I let out was, damn, I knew this was going to happen. That's why you don't send them there. But the Bruins, they don't care about that. They want to do right by the player, to your point, and they did. He wanted to stay on East. He wanted to go to a contender. Check, check. Here's Brad Marchand after winning yet another Stanley Cup.
Really describe and, you know, seeing the family and everyone up there and everyone that supported me and helped me get to this point. There's nothing, words can't put this into reality, how great it feels, and such an incredible group. You know, and everybody wrote us off from startup playoffs. They had everybody beating us in every round, and we just had that fire, and we knew we had something special, and it's incredible. It's incredible to be part of this group right now.
This is a guy, 37 years old, scored 20 points for the Florida Panthers. Had 2 game-winning goals in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Bro.
But at 37 years old, battling through elbow, hip surgery, abdominal surgery, everything he's undergone.
Yeah.
And looking around even the dressing room for the Bruins. Bergeron gone, Chara gone, Krejci gone, retired from the game or no longer with the Bruins. Other guys he came up with. I know he was looking at a different level of his career. He goes, all right, my time is still make a push, get to the playoffs, we can contend, but also to be the guy to bring these young dudes along, right? You get traded to Florida, and all of a sudden, that's the fountain of youth. Oh, we can win a cup. I can win another cup when I'm 22, and I can win another one 15 years later. And that's what he did.
It may not be done, bro. If he resigns and he stays there.
Get healthy. And get to a team that, like what the Panthers do, we've seen them do it. We've seen the Lightning do it. They manipulate the cap space.
Yep.
Hey, be injured during the regular season, get healthy in the postseason. He's playing the third line for the Panthers, a team that can limit his minutes, limit his time on ice, get to the postseason, and then be Brad.
Yeah.
100% he has that 2-3 seasons left.
I did see on Twitter, though, after the game, it seemed like most people were on your side of the fence of this, that we're happy for Brad, which is great. Here's one here. What an unbelievable postseason for Brad Marchand. Couldn't be happier for the guy. Top of the mountain once again, my Rat King.
And Hathaway crying.
I mean, listen.
My Rat King ties it all together. But that's it.
That's it.
You have a connection to the guy.
I will call Cap, though, on that soundbite we just played from Marchand, where he said everyone wrote us off at the start of the playoffs. Ayo.
Love it.
Come on, bro.
The delusionality.
No one wrote you off. I just said they could have gave you the cup at the trade deadline. Nobody would have blinked an eye. Ain't nobody damn wrote y'all off. And you'll probably win it again next year if you stay there anyway.
Exactly. That's how delusional you have to be to win.
True.
We hear Nick Saban say it.
It's a little slights, right?
Yeah, everyone counted us out.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that can.
Like Raffy. Like, how dare you ask me to play first base? Yeah, I'll play first base for you. Whatever you guys need. What? What just happened? All right, I want to talk about the flip side of this coin, because this part did bother me.
Yeah.
And I know you hate, like, the storyline narrative. But let's be honest. For this segment, you know damn well the narrative starts probably this morning now of Conor McDavid's so great. He's been to 2 Stanley Cup Finals. He's lost both. Can he win the big one? I think he can. I thought they were going to win this one. But, again, going back to Marchand, I don't think that hurt having him, right? But, look, I think Conor McDavid is so great that it hurts hockey. This could be a hot take, but it hurts the NHL to not have this guy get a cup early in his career. And one of the reasons I feel like this, I'm going to go to a different sport here, but I think back to when I was a kid, everyone told me how great, when I was growing up, how great Dan Marino was.
Yeah.
Now, I was too young to see him in a Super Bowl, right? But everyone told me, he's so great, look at his numbers, he's going to get back to a Super Bowl and win multiple Super Bowls. Except that I watched his whole career as a kid, and he never even sniffed it, okay? Now, you can blame things, which I know you're going to do. Defense, goaltending, things of this nature. I get it. But the nature of sports, and why I bring up Dan Marino and many others who didn't win championships in their prime, is it's hard to get back. The Oilers now have gone to 2 in a row and lost them both.
Yeah.
This guy is so great, George. I mean, if it gets to a point where it's 4 or 5, hell, we saw 10 plus years between the Patriots dynasties. If it gets to the point where this guy doesn't go back for the next 5 or 6 years, I think it hurts the game. You can't promote him as the greatest or one of the greatest ever, sort of threatening Gretzky in that way, and he doesn't have any cups.
Yeah.
I think it hurts the game.
It hurts the game, and I understand the narrative that would go out there, but this is a guy that we saw come into the league at 19, score 100 points as a 20-year-old, have 100 points this past season, lead the entire playoffs, all of the NHL in playoffs in points in this postseason too. He does everything he can, but what do we see the Panthers do so well? They're deep, they have the depth, they're great down the middle, they have an awesome top 9, they're balanced, they have wave after wave to hit you, and they know how to protect Sergei Bobrovsky, their goalie, who did play really well.
Yes.
Stuart Skinner cannot be rolled back out there by the Oilers. No. They need to address that massive void they have between the pipes. Yeah. Either that, or if you're the Edmonton Oilers, again, you want what's best for the league, you do right by Conor McDavid, and you trade him to a team that has a structure there.
Ooh.
You hit reset because you guys obviously do not have the infrastructure. You need to hit rebuild, get a ton of draft picks.
Bro, I thought I had the hot take. You want to trade Conor McDavid?
Because if you continue to roll out Stuart Skinner.
Yeah, you got to get rid of him.
Or Bob from Manitoba. If you continue to do that with Connor McJesus McDavid on the ice, Leon Draisaitl healthy, an amazing team in front of that goalie, and you either don't change how you play or you don't address your blue line and your goaltending. Just to get good, I need better than serviceable.
Yes.
I always say serviceable.
Yes.
I need better than good.
Yes.
If you don't actually address all those this offseason and instead just go, Connor will score 100 points again. He'll just change his game again. He'll be a 200-foot player again, and that'll get us to the Cup Finals. You need to do right by the most dominant player in all pro sports right now. That's Conor McDavid. That third goal Skinner left up, I literally think he was asleep. I think he was zoning out. And I think it hit him like, man, what am I about to do to McDavid? Because he wasn't ready for the initial shot. Rebound goes to him. He's late to get into his stance, and it goes right by him. Soft goal. You cannot continue. Like you would put a Dan Marino with that defense behind that offensive line. You cannot put Conor McDavid in front of that goaltending. It matters.
I want him. He's at least got to get one. I mean, we heard the same about Ovi for years, but I think McDavid's a better overall player, not just a scorer.
He's a second.
He's got to get at least one.